I am feeling good. I'm excited. It's just going to be nice to go on a trip again and get out and compete with some of the best in the world. It's going to be good. A Bouldering World Cup consists of 3 rounds: the qualification, the semi-final, and the final. The qualification is set across 5 boulders, and you get 5 minutes to attempt each one. So you have 5 minutes on the boulder, then you have a 5-minute rest period where you're back behind the wall, and then you come out again for your 5 minutes on the next boulder. It's all about getting as many tops as possible in as few attempts as possible, so every attempt matters. So you come out to the boulder, and I normally spend a minute or so standing there, brushing the holds, analysing, and then I have my first go. And I'm doing everything in my power to get to the top on that go. If that doesn't happen, come back down to the mats. If it's a powerful boulder where I'm going to be tired, I'll take a couple of minutes rest and then maybe get 2 or 3 goes throughout the time. Or if it's something a bit more complex and more technical, less about the physicality, so maybe a jump, then I'll have a few more goes, a bit less rest. But the goal is to get to the top, and failing that, maybe the zone. The mental pressure is definitely the toughest side of things. I know how to climb. I do it every day. I know what to do. But getting into a competition, you only get it 5 or 6 times a year. And for us, this is the first time in a couple of years that we've got to compete. So you get to the middle of your 2.5, or you get 2.5 minutes through your 5 minutes, and you can't do the boulder. What do? And there's 2 ways you can go. You can get stressed out. You can get angry. You can get upset with the boulder, with yourself, whatever. It doesn't matter. Or you can actually take a pretty productive route and say, right, what am I doing? What can I change? Is what I'm going to do, what I'm trying, is that going to work? Or do I have to change tack completely? And that's where the creativity comes in. If you look at something and your first instinct just isn't working, you got to think, what can I do differently? Is there a different sequence? Can I put my foot here? Can I jump? Do I have to go slow on this jump? Like, can I go up the corner? Like, that's really where I find the fun in it. It's not just about doing the obvious thing. It's about using my creativity and showing a side of myself, like, on the wall. When I view a boulder for the first time in a competition, I've got 5 minutes. The temptation is to just jump straight on and have as many goes as possible in that time. But obviously, we're limited on the number of attempts we can take, skin, power, the time. So it's really important to come out and analyze. So the first thing I do is I make sure I'm not missing any holds. So I sort of view it as overview. This is the start, this is the end, this is where I'm going. And then I will spend some time brushing the holds, because I think in competition, preparing the holds is pretty important. It makes a big difference to me how sticky stuff is if I spend a bit of time brushing it before. And then I begin to analyze the individual moves. So what direction is the hold facing? Do I know that hold? Like, where are my feet going to be in order to use that? How am I going to move between these positions? And I try and visualize it from almost a first person's perspective. So I'm in my own eyes while I'm climbing. I can feel my arms like around me. And a lot of it is pattern recognition. I climb boulders every day. I climb boulders that are trying to simulate what we're looking at in a competition every day. So I know what certain types of jumps look like. I know what certain types of moves look like. If it's something I've not seen before, then I've got to think about it a little deeper to try and understand it. But to be honest, the preparation is done beforehand. The idea is to go out there knowing what the moves are going to look like and how to complete them. So I go prepared, and I hopefully understand it when I get there.